Tonight, we take a closer look at the moment that all police officers are prepared for, but none of them ever want to happen.
It's the moment when they're forced to draw weapons and fire. Two such incidents happened in our viewing area Tuesday night. Now, the first happened in Grundy County. Officers were serving a warrant on Richard Fultz in Altamont. They say he pulled out a knife and attacked them. One officer fired his gun. Fultz is now recovering at our Langer Medical Center.
The second happened in Fort Oglethorpe. Officers there cornered a man who was burglarizing the Gateway Mall on Cloud Springs Road. Ronald Bolts tried to escape, and an officer shot him in the leg and eventually had to use a taser on him. Now, those are not the only recent cases of officer-involved shootings. Those on the force have been forced to pull the trigger 6 times in the last 2 months in our area. Today, we talked with a retired cop who now trains other officers on when to use deadly force. In nearly 30 years as an officer, Mike Williams himself had to be the one to pull the trigger 3 times. It's 3 days of his career. He says he'll never forget.
It's something, again, that you just never want to be exposed to, but it's the reality of the job, especially with a background in SWAT.
That was Williams' position with Chattanooga Police, and he's now the one training other officers on when to shoot.
Many times there's, a split second that he or she has to make a decision on life and death, and they have to be correct every single time.
That scene has unfolded a lot recently. On April 12th, police shot at a suspect at an illegal poker game after he pulled a gun. On April 16th, officers in North Georgia shot at but missed a 14-year-old who led law enforcement on a dangerous chase before opening fire himself. The next day, burglary suspect Nathan Trew pulled a gun on deputies in Catoosa County, and they fired back, killing him. Last Friday, a DeKalb County deputy shoots and kills a man who led them on a chase and pointed a gun toward officers. Then on Tuesday, 2 separate incidents in one night. One in Grundy County where deputies say this man attacked them with a knife and they shot him. The other in Fort Oglethorpe when police shot a man burglarizing a business. We wanted to know whether officers aim to injure or aim to kill.
Under that amount of stress and with things happening so fast, and a lot of times it's happening in the dark or in low light, it's all an officer can do is to hit the largest part of the body, which is the torso.
Williams says it's a huge responsibility, carrying a weapon you may be forced to fire, a moment every officer hopes to avoid.
It's something that stays with them for the rest of their life, and usually their family as well.
Now, all officers involved in shootings do take mandatory time off after those incidents, but Williams says it's an emotional experience that's hard to cope with.